This is the TST meeting for August 6, 2024, and this meeting is recorded, as you know, and is going to be published on the social media accounts. Be aware of that. And so let's start with the first item. As Michelle said, the first item today for the meeting is problem to accessing the wiki page and also the meeting minutes, etc. Actually, I have this problem, and I know that Serkan also have this problem.
Okay.
But Michelle, you don't have as far as I know.
No, I can see it just fine. So good to know that there's a couple more folks having trouble, and then if anyone else can let me know if you have issues, it'll give the team a little bit more of an idea of problem solving to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I have trouble accessing that, but maybe I have a prerequisite that I think I have a problem with my Linux Foundation credentials. I have to sort that out.
Okay,
Maybe a different issue.
got it.
Okay.
Well, I used my Netc address and Linux Foundation, password, but my Linux Foundation password actually matched with my username, Gurdag. So I'm not sure because it asks email. I'm using email and password match with my username, so I'm not sure if it is matched with the password and the email address, so I cannot be able to log in also.
Yeah. So this is the prompt that I'm getting when I try to open the meeting minutes.
Yeah, and that message makes it seem like some sort of access permissions were changed, rather than it being, because it should just be you just need an LFID to log in. There's nothing else filtering out who can see it. And that's for the entire space, right? Here it's not just the notes.
Yeah.
Page.
The
I
entire
sent you the home screen.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I am now able to log in with my Argela address.
Oh, you can? Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
but with my Argela address.
Okay, then a side note, Michelle, perhaps this may cause a problem. So our Netc addresses are hosted on Gmail, their Gmail addresses, actually. So perhaps this makes some, kind of problem on Confluence. But Argel accounts are not. The Netc accounts are.
I shouldn't, but I'll double check. You can also link more than one email to your LFID, which helps, like, because I know sometimes folks have trouble accessing like Google Drive documents, and you need a Gmail to do that. So like you can link more than one email address to your LFID and to your Gmail. That kind of helps solve that cross-access issue.
By the way, I actually I needed to send a request to access the meeting minutes. So if it is normal, I don't know, but after logging into.
Yeah, it does it automatically, so it's the same for me.
Huh. Okay. I'll follow up with the LFX team and see if they've had any success figuring out what's going on. But we can keep going on in the meantime.
Okay, great. So the second item is about Amazon Machine Image problem we have. The AMI that is used for building our software or doing tests in AWS is somehow deleted mistakenly, and Joy trying to fix this issue and create another AMI image that we can use in the pipelines. I see that the task is still open and has some subtasks under this task, and the pipelines that Joey started for Volta Protos, for Volta Libco, etc. All failing still. Have some image problems still that he couldn't fix.
Mhm.
Yeah, the problem here is Michelle. Can anyone from LF, take this over, because Joy is on vacation, and this is a gating problem, because we cannot upstream any patches, etc. because of this problem, because
Mhm.
the pipelines of patches for build and test also are failing. So if anybody in LF can take this over and help with this problem, I think that would be great.
Can you share that link with me, Mahir, and I'll see
Yeah,
what
sure.
I can do?
Yeah, sure. This meeting minutes, I'm taking them on a temporary document because of this first problem I have. After I have access, I'll put all of this, move them to the regular meeting minutes
Okay,
page, and I'll send the link to you by email, okay?
sounds good.
Oh, perfect. And on this, I think it's also time to, hand over all the tasks that Joy have to the LF team, at least the ones that related to them, so
Right.
that they can work together for a while.
Yeah, and I think he is in the process of handing a lot of this off. And there is a way to set up like a Volta specific JIRA so that you or anyone in the community can be submitting these requests for help from the LF. And I don't know how far he's gotten in getting that set up, because right now everyone's using the open core JIRA, right?
Mhm.
We really should transitioned over to using a Volta JIRA that's connected to the LF release engineering team, so
Great.
that anyone can jump in. It's not just all dependent on Joey. And I know they are working towards that. I just don't know how far they've gotten.
Okay, that was the next item I had in the meeting minutes. So we need to define some kind of, or we need to know about the workflow between us and the LF release team. So yeah, I don't know if they have, as you said, we have Jira on open code space, and I don't know if they have Jira accounts or if we can assign anything to their accounts, or there are special, dedicated resources for project or not, or will they be joining to the TSD meetings, or how will we communicate with them, etc. So all these questions we have, need to be answered. So we need to meet with this team, perhaps have meeting, talk with them, etc. And we need to know how to work with them before,
Yeah, and I know
joining.
they were, as I mentioned at the board meeting last week, they are working on
Mhm.
putting together kind of a statement of work that will
Yeah,
make
you
it
said.
clear what the LF release engineering team will manage for the project, and then what the TST and board needs to cover. So I'll follow up with them as far as how far along that document is. And then that way it's really easy to be like, yes, you reach out to the release engineering team for these things, and this is the Jira portal that you'll use, and this is the workflow for how those problems will be solved. The model for the release engineering team is ideally, the project's in a place where things are documented, and so anyone who's available from release engineering can jump in and help solve issues as they come up. I don't think Volta is quite there yet. I know that's something that Joey has been working heavily on. And so like at this point, there is one specific engineer named Eric who has been working with Joey to kind of get up to speed on the project, and who will be the point person when Joey leaves. And I'm hoping he'll be able to jump in and attend TST meetings, but he'll be the one who will kind of inherit the project history and knowledge, and eventually get it to, help continue that process of getting it to the point where everything's documented and the whole team can jump in if needed. So I know that's what they're working for, and that's a pretty high priority for them, and that will make addressing any issues that come up much smoother. So you won't and much faster because you won't have to wait for one specific person.
Yeah, got it. Okay, okay, great then. So if you want to talk or with Eric or get some information in the meeting, I think it's possible to do that. And
Sure.
do we need to request from you for that, organizing that, or?
Yeah, I'll reach out. I'm just in the process of drafting an email to all those guys with these topics as they come up so I can get updates on these things.
Okay, and as far as I understand, they will not join to the TST meetings also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we need to access them when we need them.
Yes.
Okay, got it. We will see.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to the next item. Yeah, I went through the Jira tasks that are open currently. So we have like 566 open tasks currently in VOLTHA. More than 100 of them are assigned to Joy currently. They're infrastructure related, build and test system related issues. There are some duplicates, etc., but still we have, more than 100 tasks that we need to review with Joy, need to categorize them. At least, categorize as the ones that LF engineers need to take care of, or the community. And the other ones, still 400 open tasks are assigned to the community or are unassigned yet. So we need to go through all of them and close the ones that's not valid still, and categorize the other ones, and if needed, summarize them, because I see a lot of duplicates, etc., a lot of same tasks about same problems, etc. But I don't know how to do that actually. I need your opinions on that. Do we need to go through all of these tasks in TSD meetings, or do we need to share them and go through of them, at least the TSD members, we can each take 100 tasks and go through them, try to close the unrelated one, etc., categorize the others.
Depends on the type of the test, Mahir. I believe
Sorry?
so. If depends on the task, the type of the task actually.
Yeah, when
If the
yeah,
tasks are related, like kind of DevOps related tasks, then I think we should communicate with the LF team.
yeah, but
and
before
see.
that, we need to, go through them and say that, okay, this task is, DevOps related, this task is development related, this task is build related, etc. So that's what I'm asking actually. And as I
Yeah.
said, some of them are too small detailed tasks about the same job, etc. So we can, I think it's not, optimum to, take all of these tasks that DevOps related or infrastructure related to, LF people. We need to, summarize them. Or we can delete all of DevOps related tasks and start scratch with the, with AMI problem, fixed it, and then after that see the failing pipes and patch pipes, etc., and start to open tasks about them one by one. Yeah, as I said, you see 500, more than 500 tasks here, well, most of them opened by Joy and related to the current pipelines, etc. It's hard in this way to wait from the LF release engineering team to get in and solve all these problems. We need to somehow summarize this into a few tasks.
I see. So we need to first prioritize which are the critical ones, right?
Mhm.
And also we need to separate like the infrastructure tasks and DevOps and development related tasks.
Yes, correct.
I think we can do those separation together, Mahir, you and me.
You and me?
Yes.
Okay. So nice to have a volunteer. Any other volunteers?
I'm not the only volunteer. You are also a
Yeah,
volunteer. Making you a
I,
volunteer.
I'm the default one, so
Yeah.
I'm seeking for other volunteers. So you're the second one, and the other, if anyone on the team, can grab some of these tasks, that would be nice. Okay, if you're interested in, you can always reach out us. We have Slack channel, mail, etc. As saying that. Yeah, as you know, Joey is retiring at the end of this month, I guess. I don't know the exact date, but we have less than 1 month to, solve all these issues. First, he's trying to release document the release, our release procedures. So it's not that, easy process that we're using mostly because of the bonus components. Building them is very hard and takes a lot of time. So he's trying to document all of this for the LF people. We also, as Michel said, also they're trying to, I think Joy and the LF guys trying to put the document to categorize the task that Joy is doing and which one of them will the release engineering be doing and which of them are still, waiting for the other people to be done. He also need to go through the Jira tasks that assigned to him and categorize them as we talked in the previous item for all the other tasks. There are still some Gerrit patches that the owner is Joy, so Joy need to go through them and fix them or hand over them to related people. And he also have to hand over the access rights of the infra of the LF, the Jenkins, the Gerrit, the AWS, etc. And he also need to hand over the access rights of the lab to LF. Michel, I think these two items, the two last items are correct. So he need to, hand over them to LF people, not TST or any other person in the community.
Yeah, and I know he's started this process. I think so. We use 1Password to manage logins for everything, and I know he had done a big migration of a bunch of the passwords for logging into all of those things from the old ONF LastPass to a new 1Password vault. So I think that's definitely in process, if not already finished.
Yeah. This is only, in the meeting to to give information to people, that the things that Joy is trying to finish before he left. Yeah. Okay. Next item, perhaps Michel, I'll pass this on, leave it to as the last last item, and let's talk about the semi-reference design edits. Have you got any information about this item that we talked in the previous meetings?
Yeah,
Was-
sorry, it's taking me a little bit to track down who the right person is at LF, because I wasn't getting getting a response from the first person I reached out to. So I did track down the right person, and we are trying to get a meeting on the calendar for tomorrow to review the process and the best way forward. It's just, coming from an existing process under ONF, I want to make sure that or following any LF processes for updating the reference design. So I think we're going to be able to get something on the calendar for tomorrow so I can get that process clarified and we can start moving forward with that. So sorry, it's been taking a little bit longer.
Okay then, great.
By the way, do you know the where is the original document? Editable document. So we have the PDF version, but there should be a Word format of the same document so we can edit it.
I have to dig back through the old ONF drive to see if I can find the Word one. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. We would need to change the branding on it. Because it's all ONF branded right now. Like there's a watermark and all this stuff. So we would need to change that over. I just don't know what it needs to change to. Do we brand it specifically for LF broadband, or is it branded under the Linux Foundation? And that's going to change the formatting of the document probably quite a bit. So that's part of what I'm hoping to address in the meeting tomorrow.
Okay, great. But you don't have that document right now, right? You couldn't find it on the drive.
I did a look, but we reorganized a bunch of stuff when we did the transition and it wasn't where I thought I would find it. So I need to take a little bit more time and dig through the files again to see where it is. It might be also in the old Confluence under an admin gated page. So that would also take a minute to get back into.
Okay.
I'm sure it's somewhere. I just need to dig a little bit more.
Okay, thank
Okay. Yeah, then the last item I have on the agenda is about Go controllers. So I can't see Abhilash on the call, but Panit, if you have any information about the Go controller, status of the Go controller, the last time I know the Joy need to update the Go version before releasing this Go controller. And do you know the current status about it? Because it's the most important item currently on development agenda.
Nope. No, Mahir, I don't have a status as of now. I have to get in touch with Abhilash. Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We can get that status then for at the next meeting. Does that work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. And saying that, I don't have anything else on the agenda. So the floor is open for anyone, for any comment, discussion, topic you want to, open.
Well, one thing we had talked about discussing at this meeting at the board meeting last week was just the incoming TST chairs and the governance for the TST. And so I just wanted to bring that up to have a discussion about what that would look like. And I know, Mahir, you had expressed some concerns about the additional responsibility of the chairs and just wanted to make sure everybody is fully aware of what they're getting themselves into before the board actually nominates folks for that position, or co-chairs if you do it that way again.
Yeah, please go ahead and tell about the change.
So when we updated the governance to just better reflect the traditional TST structure and line up with LF best practices, there were a few more responsibilities added to the position of chair or co-chairs, and it's primarily just running these meetings, drafting the agenda, facilitating the meeting, doing everything Mahir did for this one. And just kind of helping to drive the technical side of the project forward, trying to recruit folks to take on JIRA issues and just really being the technical facilitator. And that role has been really played by Joey to a certain extent over the last year or two. And before that, it was really managed by ONF engineers like Andrea. And so with Joey leaving, this is a good time to kind of revert back to that structure of having the TST chairs be doing those kinds of things. And so with that in mind, the board does have a clause in the charter that says they can nominate and select who will be the chair or co-chairs from the existing elected TST members. But those TST members also have the full right to say, you don't want to take on that additional responsibility. So we had presented to the governing board that they could make that selection at the last governing board meeting, but thought it would be good to, make sure everybody on the TST is aware of those requirements, and each member can decide if they even want to be available for nomination. And then the governing board can ideally make that selection at the, I think September board meeting is the next one, September 5th, I believe. So that we can go in. And Mahir and Amit have graciously agreed to continue to serve as chairs in the interim until the new chairs are nominated. So I just want to open that up for discussion. If anyone has questions about the new responsibilities of chairs, you can also feel free to shoot me an email if you're more comfortable with that. But I would request, I know not all the TST members are on this call, that if each TST member let me know if they would be willing to serve as chair or not willing to serve as chair, so that we can present a slate to the board to choose folks from at the next board meeting and get the new governance fully in effect as of September.
Yes. My concern, or the point that I brought to the board meeting, was, with this responsibility, the TST chairs will be, doing kind of project management also, because there's nobody left in the ONF, or there's not a role in community also for project management. So we need to take care of all the, patches going, check daily their status, check Jira tasks daily, etc. So if there's any lingering issue around, we need to, address them. All the other project management things, preparing, this agenda, the defining the topics to be discussed in the community about the project itself, not only the technical things, etc. So this was done, at the beginning of the project. This was done by the community members with this role. Then they hand over it to the ONF people, and for a long period it's done by Andrea, and then Joy took over. And currently, without any member in the LF, this will be the responsibility of chairs, actually. So this means, the chairs will need to spend more time for the chair role than the previously we had. So be aware of this when you be the volunteers.
And like, it is a little bit more work, but again, like, I'm also here to fully support you in what I can do to help. If that's helping keep the wiki updated, please send me stuff. If it's helping take notes during meetings, I'm happy to help with that. But you are the technical experts, and you should be the ones who are driving the project and you know, prioritizing things accordingly, because you're the ones who are invested in it. And, you know, we really appreciate the time and effort you put into continuing to move this project forward. And I know the board is really excited about where it's headed. So, you know, and they are also committed to be supporting the TST more as well. So
Yeah, great. So we'll, you know, inform you about our nomination. You said, Michelle, isn't it?
sounds great.
Okay. Any questions? Any topics you want to discuss? Anybody? Okay.
So yeah, Mahir, I'm not clear about what would be the responsibilities of the TST chairs. So there will be some technical aspects with the project, like somebody should be able to communicate with the LF engineering team, right? So how this communication would work? And my second question, so there's also, as you said, there's also like project management things, and these project management things would be TST chair responsibility or someone else. So I
Chairs.
believe, yeah, chairs. Okay.
Yeah. The communication you're talking, we don't know. As we talked in the this meeting today, LF guys and Joy, they prepare some document and they will define a workflow for us.
Mhm.
After that, yeah, we will learn. I don't know. Currently, I don't know.
I think the big parts of this job will be the communication part with the LF engineering team.
Yeah, probably. And, you know, spend some time for the daily tasks that needed to be done for project management.
Okay, we'll see then.
Mhm.
I just dropped the link because this is also on the wiki, but if you're having trouble accessing the wiki, I did give TST members access to this document that has all the governance written out to make it really clear, you know, what who does what. So please do review that and let me know if you have any additional questions about it. And this is also the same as on the wiki that's publicly available.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then I think that's all for today. Thank you all for joining today's TSD meeting and see you all next week.
Thank you. Bye.